Uncovering the Norse gods. The goddess of the hidden underworld, Hel, was the daughter of Loki and the Jotunn Angrboda. Hel is voracious, eccentric, and uninterested in the worries of both the living and the dead. However, living in the most ungraspable underlying cores of the world tree means a lot of thinking processes for Hel. Number 14. Forseti. Forseti means ruler and judge in Icelandic. The god of this name is the god of justice and a speaker of regulation. A quiet and peaceful god who is often found reflecting and meditating. He would direct debates between all the gods and goddesses of Asgard. The child of Nanna and Baldr, Forseti lives in a silver and gold house called Glitnir, which is said to shine so much that its light can be seen from far. Number 13. Njord. The god of breeze, sailors, coasts, inland waters, and riches is Njord. Though not exactly the god of the sea, Njord is the god from the Vanir instead of the Esir. After the end of the war between the Vanir and the Esir, Njord was one of the gods who shipped off Asgard as a badge of a ceasefire. Njord lives in a house on the beach in Asgard called Noatun. However, he was shortly married to the giantess Skadi. Remember the fame of Frigg inside Scandinavia? It is the same for god Njord. Number 12. Idunn. With a name signifying the restoring and rejuvenating one, the goddess of youth, Idunn, is the reason for the organic product that gives the gods their lifespan. The organic products she apportions are depicted as golden apples. The word epli, which also means apples, was a general word for leafy foods. One way or another, anything the natural product might have been, surely figured out how to keep the gods alive for many years. This practice of her existence made her even more important among all the gods. Number 11. Bragi. Bragi is the mindful and wise bard of Valhalla. He might have been one of Odin's children. He is thought to be a god of poetry and music. His name comes from the word bragar, meaning poetry. Bragi has an extremely long beard and has runes cut on his tongue. He is frequently said to have been married to the goddess of youth, Idunn. Over the long term, there were numerous Viking writers called Bragi, the most well-known being Bragi Boddason. This might be attributed to the god Bragi, or the god Bragi may be the immortalization of one of the poets. Number 10. Vali. Many gods on the list are interlinked or connected through certain relations. Moving on, Vali is the youngest child of Odin and the Jotunn Grid. He is believed to be an archer and deals with radiation. Vali was regarded explicitly to avenge the death of Baldr, which he did by killing Hodr. His revenge was fulfilled, but the truth is that he is just another prominent survivor of Ragnarok. Number 9. Vidar. The son of Odin and the Jotun matrix, Vidar is the second most grounded of all the Esir after Thor, and lives in an extraordinary isle in Asgard called Vidi. Regardless of his solidarity, Vidar is a calm and silent god, known to appreciate sitting peacefully or dealing with making an exceptional shoe. Although it could sound marginally dull, this unique shoe, molded from the extra pieces from every one of the shoemakers in Midgard, plays a key part in avenging his father's demise after Ragnarok. Vidar is known to kill the fearsome wolf Fenrir and to make a new world. Number 8. Baldr and Hodr. The Lord of Light and Brilliance Baldr and the God of Darkness Hodr are twin siblings, children of Odin and Frigg. Baldr is the most cherished one among the gods. He once had a nightmare that he would be killed. His mom Frigg then requested that everything in the aggregate of the 9 realms promise not to hurt him. Sadly, the mistletoe didn't commit, and when Loki found this, being a malevolent prankster, he convinced her to toss a pike of mistletoe, which stabbed Baldr's heart, and eventually Baldr was dead. Number 7. Loki. In Norse mythology, Loki is the child of Laufey and the Jotun Farbauti, and is Odin's blood brother. He is known as the Lord of Trickery and Mischief, and the father of monsters. He sired the awful wolf Fenrir and the snake Jormungandr, as well as Odin's 8-legged pony Sleipnir. He is also the father of the goddess Hel, who rules over the realm of the dead. Loki isn't generally viewed as one of the Esir because of his dishonesty. He caused, in addition to other things, the demise of Baldr, and the Esir can never be certain if he is helping them or impeding them. Number 6. Heimdallr. One more god known to the devotees of the Thor films is Heimdallr, or Heimdall, is the guardian of the Bifrost span, the rainbow that connects the place that is known for humans and Midgard, with the place that is known for the divine beings, Asgard. Heimdallr has a horn known as the Gjallarhorn, which he blows for caution of looming trouble. His senses are great to such an extent that he can hear the fleece developing on sheep and the growth of grass from the ground. He can see the universal way to unimaginable lengths, making him the best defender and protector of the gods. Number 5. Tyr. The first lord of war, Tyr is known as the most heroic of all the gods. Carrying areas of strength and justice and fair deals, he is considered the lord of war and peace, the one who has the power to decide who will win fights, though his parentage is puzzling. Also, Tyr has only one hand, because the other hand was nibbled by the wolf Fenrir. Showing his fortitude, Tyr put his hand in the monster's mouth to divert it, while other gods bound it to a stone. At the point when Fenrir acknowledged he had been deceived, he bit Tyr's hand. Number 4. Frigg. The goddess of marriage, family, and parenthood, Frigg is Odin's wife and the mother of 2 of his kids, Baldr and Hodr. Administering Asgard as sovereign close by her better half, she is the only other being allowed to sit on the massive throne, Hliaskjalf, and peer out across the 9 realms. Frigg is considerably less known outside Scandinavia. Inside the region, her name is pretty popular. Number 3. Thor. Thor is the most popular of the Norse gods. The god of thunder is the son of Odin and Joro, and the husband of the goddess Sif. He is truly the most grounded of the Esir and has wild eyes, red hair, and a full beard. Speedy to outrage, Thor is said to safeguard Asgard and Midgard, the domain of people from the Jotunnar and different dangers. He voyages essentially on a chariot pulled by the 2 goats, Glitnir and Njord. However, maybe he is most popular for wielding the dwarf-forged hammer Mjolnir. However, this isn't simply an old hammer. Norse folks portray the hammer as quite possibly one of the most remarkable weapons to exist. It's even fit for flattening mountains. Numerous antiquated hammers and pendants have been found by archaeologists across Scandinavia. Antiquarians and archaeologists have agreed that these pendants are portraying Mjolnir. Number 2. Odin. Before the beginning of mankind, there was Ginnungagap, a huge chasm that separated the frigid place known for Niflheim and the searing place of Muspelheim. These 2 spheres rose in power and fought. The consuming ice transformed into water drops, and the water drops transformed into life. After all the chaos, the first one living was Ymir, and then the supremacy of the Norse gods came into existence. Then came the leader of Asgard, the region of the Esir. Odin is prominent as the all-father of the gods. His father was the boar, and his mother was the Jotunn Bestla. He is renowned for trotting into a fight on his dedicated 8-legged horse Sleipnir, and using his fragile dwarf-forged Gungnir. It is perceived to never miss an object. Odin, lord of astuteness, verse, and war, has 5 children. The most popular child is Thor, who was considered Joro, the epitome of the earth. His partner Frigg bore him Baldr and Hodr, and with the Jotnar Grior and Rindr, he sired Vior and Vali. In the mainstream society of present times, Odin is most ordinarily defined as a fair chief and authority on the front line, though he was not considered in that frame of mind by the Norse. As a war god, Odin is concerned not with the purposes behind struggle or even its result. Rather, he is impatient with the chaos of the fight. He is especially fond of berserkers and different champions. Well, Odin is referred to in various dialects as Woden. Number 1. Sif. Sif was the wife of the popular Norse god Thor. She was the goddess of fertility. Sif doesn't assume an extremely large part in Norse myths. However, her primary distinguishing strength is the point at which the devilish Loki shaves her long, beautiful hair while she dozes, angering Thor and making him hold Loki hostage. As compensation, Loki goes underground to request and beg for the fact that the Batnam experts make 5 magical things, including Thor's popular hammer, Mjolnir. With that said, you just uncovered the Norse gods. Would you rather have Loki as a neighbor or be in a relationship with Hel? Continue watching and stay tuned for more.